Billy West and Lawrence Hall. Act excited, act excited, act excited. Give them energy! Hold it, yeah, yeah! Thank you guys, awesome, all right. That's kind of relevant right now. Kind of relevant. Well, welcome to Corpus, you guys. Is that, oh, nice. Yeah, he's pretty cool. You guys got an extra little jacket, toss his way. So, is this Yu's first time at Corpus Christi?
Yes, it is.
Nice. Are you guys enjoying the weekend so far?
So far, so good. Can't wait to go to the aquarium tonight.
Oh, good little side mission. Good idea. Yeah. All right, so as you guys may, there you go. As you guys may know, this is a Q&A panel. So, if you have any questions that you would like to hear from either one of these wonderful people, please, I would get on my hands and knees, but I don't want to. Please don't be shy. Come up, ask a question. We've got a volunteer in a blue shirt that is there and ready to help you out. You line up right to that middle microphone right there. I'm staring you guys down. Come on, look, they're here for you. They're here for you. So I'll start off on a...
I'm shy.
Yeah, you can just tell them that.
I wanted to ask a question. Laura and Tom.
There you go. She's ready.
When Fry had his head stitched onto you, did he ask if he was a C cup?
Yes, he did. He had a C cup.
Thank you.
So, on the note of Futurama, I can't imagine why else you guys would be here. As you know, this show has gone through a few different network changes, perhaps 3 to be exact. So my question is, did the production quality, was your experience shifting alongside those network changes, or was it kind of the steadfast same thing every time?
We were always happy to see each other, when it went away. The show became zombified. It would die and then it'd be back, but it never died. I mean, I thank everybody here for keeping it going,
They just can't kill it.
And it always was revived a few times now, 3 times maybe. And we were always so happy to see each other again. We're back in the same seats, the same setup, and we've known each other for an awful long time.
Almost 30 years, yeah.
Oh my
so it was like
God.
a big family reunion.
I know, but I didn't know. I think that it's on Hulu. It's streaming on Hulu now, and there's another season on the way.
Yes, there's another season.
Yes, I saw you that announcement.
Like early next year. Do you think they'll probably come out? Yeah, we're still doing the post on it, but they're really good, and the writing is.
And thanks to you guys, it's in the top 10 of streaming programs.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
That was just me rewatching to be ready for this moment. I'm sorry, that was just me. Just so to follow up on that question, I know this is a bit of an obvious one, but do you guys have any significant memories in the early seasons? Do you guys have any significant memories of coming onto the show, not knowing what to expect, and then finding out that you ended up with a lovely little cast that you're with?
Well, I have a little story I can tell you, because when I first met Matt Groening at my audition, he had some drawings there, and originally Amy was supposed to be the girlier one. No, the other way around. Amy was supposed to be kind of like the tough, kick-ass one, and they drew me with like a mechanic's jumpsuit, and I looked super tough, like a badass. And then Leela was supposed to be the girlier one. And when I started talking to Matt, I have a little bit of a crazy laugh. And Matt just said, "Oh my God, I don't really know what we're gonna do, but I've got to have you on this show in some way because of your crazy laugh." So then they ended up kind of switching it and having Amy be more of the girlier one, because I think it fit my natural energy better. And then Leela was the tough kick-ass, and then that's Katie. Vibes very.
You're perfect.
Yeah.
You're perfect. Everybody's where they're supposed to be.
Yeah. And then Billy can do anything.
That's true.
Well, not anything.
Yeah, he's got many people in there.
I know. You meet a better class of people that way.
Well, I think you're so good. I think we're ready to open up to the Q&A. We have a freaky man. Oh, wait, yes, that reminds me, because she's got one more little spiel. Please do.
Okay, I'm just gonna, if you guys will just indulge me for 2 minutes, I have a little spiel. So every year I do a fundraiser, and it's coming up in a couple months, and it's the charity that means the most to me. It's so close to my heart. And basically, it's called Homeboy Industries, and it's based in Los Angeles, and it's the largest gang intervention organization in the whole world. And what they do is they take folks who have been formerly incarcerated, they put them through an 18-month program, and they get their tattoos removed, and they get people off of alcohol and drugs, and they get their GED, and they get anger management and parenting classes, and at the end of that 18 months, they get a job, and they'll go back into society with a 70% success rate and only 30% recidivism rate. So the model really works. And so if you don't mind,
How much?
my lovely helper, Arlene, is going to pass around a little bucket and sort of kind of like church. You know, if you could just put in, like if you have an extra $1, that would be so great. And then what I'm going to do is, if you follow me at all on Instagram, I'm going to post from the loving folks at Corpus Christi Comic Con. And you'll see it posted there on my it's a 5K. And so it's coming up September 29th. So thank you so much for even considering it.
If you want to be a part of something that fundamentally changes and turns around somebody's entire life, this is a great time to do so. And I'm really, really glad that you had the chance to talk about that, because that is an incredible, incredible way to deeply impact somebody. I'm so glad.
Yeah, the
You'll see that bucket's running around right now.
Yay! Thank you guys.
All right, we're ready for the first question.
What are you guys' top 3 characters that you guys done? Like the ones that you had the most fun portraying for?
Well, he's got 57 of them.
He's going to take a minute.
Can you pick 3? That's like trying to pick your favorite
You know what,
3
I
kids.
can't, that's always been a tough one for me, because I love all the stuff that I've been fortunate enough to do, to be picked to interpret somebody's work. So I can't pick a favorite, because they're all my favorite, really. You know, when somebody asks you to create something, you're a big part of that process, so you're really proud of anything that they liked and got to, be produced. And so, like when I auditioned for the characters, Lauren was talking about when she met Matt. When I walked into the audition for Futurama, it was over at Fox, way over in West Hollywood, and I walked in that room and there was 200 people in that room, like this. And I said, oh Jesus, I'm getting out of here. I see Ryan Stiles. I said, he's gonna mop the floor with the audition. I'm getting out of here. I didn't leave. I'm glad I didn't leave, because I got to sit down and they showed me pictures of the characters. You become really a big part of the process, because it's down to you. The producers, the directors, the writers, the creators, everybody got together and created something, and it's down to you to deliver it. So you got to think long and hard before you open your mouth or you perform something, because you want to hit all the right notes. Hopefully. I just got real lucky that day, when I went in there. Honestly.
He's the most talented person in show business.
Oh.
The hardest working and the biggest heart. Just saying.
Oh, I'm so touched by
Top
that.
3. So what are your top 3 though?
It's tough to tell you.
Just off the top of your head. Don't think about it too much.
Well, Fry was what I sounded like when I was 25 years old. I was all whiny and nasally and complainy. And I was in a band, and oh shit, I broke a string. Now what am I gonna do? I was all and that's what I sounded like. And but it's good, because Fry is all over the place, and his heart's in the right place, though, luckily. And so he's a perfect match for Leela, who's strong and decisive. I mean, in real life, I really admire strong, tough women, I really do, because I was raised by a woman. I didn't have a dad, so, that was a natural thing. But she's a perfect match for him, because he's kind of needy, and she's like, oh, come on, I was a project for a girl. I really was. It's like, why do you gotta wear that stupid hat? Why do you gotta, wear your hair like that? And, I was always like, I needed to be fixed. And I think Fry might be kind of like that. But I guess that's the closest one to what I would pick. But top 3, that's really tough. Yeah.
Understanding.
I would say for me it'd be, I love Amy, but I also love Min in King of the Hill, because it's kind of like my grandma. Like, oh, Peggy here, your feet so big. Oh, look at me, like a little kid in a boat. Anyway, and then I also love, I gotta back this up. This is like, number 3 from Kids Next Door. Do you agree? That was a crazy one. Sorry if I hurt your ears.
The mic wasn't good enough distance. We're safe.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Hello, Mr. West. I want to say, my son's 30, I'm 60, and we're like part of the older crowd that actually loves Futurama. When we're together, we actually watch the cartoon when he's visiting. My question is, if you could sing part of the song, Shut Up and Love Me. Okay. If you could sing part of the song, Shut Up and Love Me.
You know what? It's bouncing everywhere off the walls.
I think it's the mask. It always happens, trust me. There you go. Free face.
Now you can hear me. Can you hear me all right?
Get a little closer. We're workshopping this.
Can you hear me all right?
There you go.
Okay. I don't want to get
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready.
Like I said, my son's 30, I'm 60, and we're part of the older crowd. They actually love his show, and when we're together, we'll watch it all the time. My question is, if you could sing part of the song, Shut Up and Love Me.
Oh, I know the chorus. Shut up and love me. Shut up and love me. Shut up and love me. Yeah. I'm so proud of that. I wrote that. I wrote those words. I'm really proud.
Hello.
Hello.
Big fan of King of the Hill. I quote probably Min. It's like to my husband, like, love the wild like jungle. Like, I say that all the time. I love your work as the red M&M. It's beautiful. Love
Have
it.
you ever eaten me?
Maybe.
I have.
Well, my question for y'all, as someone who loves to do silly voices myself, what got you into voice acting? Like, what made you decide to start voice acting?
I was a little freak when I was a kid. No, honestly, there was no word for autism in the 50s. There was no word for neurodivergent in the 50s. That's exactly what I was. I was chronic low-level depression from birth, so I didn't know what planet I was on. I had to watch people. Oh, that's how you laugh. Oh, that's how you cry. I was like a little alien. And my dad was inhumane, drunk, psychotic, and abusive. And I was the whipping boy. And he thought I was stupid. And I used to go crazy because I'd say to myself, why is everything so effing hard? Why? Why can't I understand simple? And I grew up feeling like that. So where I retreated was where I felt the most at home, which was in front of a radio or in front of the TV set, because that's where my friends lived. Inside that box in the living room. They all lived in there, and I wanted to be one of them. And I just said, I wish that I could just, vaporize and go right into the TV set. But it was the only way out for somebody like me. I hated school. I used to get physically ill thinking about going to school because I didn't understand anything. I just felt like a dummy. And but I know a few things about neurodivergence, and that people have gifts. The awkwardness aside, I was very awkward. But I think that, of course I wound up in the right business, but no one will tell you that. There was nobody back then to say, you know what, don't worry about it, you're going to be fine. No, every day was a nightmare. So I got into a band. As soon as I graduated high school, I wanted to play music. So I was singing and playing music. And then I did stand-up for a very, very brief time, stand-up comedy. I didn't have an act. I just used to pull stuff out of my ass on stage. And some nights it would be brilliant, and then other nights it would go to hell in a twisted metal fireball. And so that didn't last long. And then I got into radio. So I was in Boston and I was in radio and I was writing comedy, and I didn't know anything about writing comedy. It was just like throw you right in there and you were hands-on. And then I moved to New York and I worked with Howard Stern for about 6 years or so. What's Billy talking about, Robin? Yeah, he never knew what I was talking about. So, and then I moved to California because all the work that I wanted to do was really out in Los Angeles. But I don't know. There's my wonderful boring story.
Thank you, I love it.
And I just, King of the Hill was my first audition, and I didn't know anything about voice acting, and I just went like any other audition, and I got it, and I feel like I learned on the job from Pamela Adlon, who does Bobby, because she had been in it already for so long, and I was just very grateful that my brother and I used to sit in the back seat of our car and listen really carefully to my grandparents speak in their accent, because it got in my bones, and so I knew how to do that, so I was able to use it later.
Cool. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for your question.
Throughout the whole show that you did, what was your favorite line?
What's rent?
Yike's favorite line. Somebody said to Fry, "Hey Fry, I heard beer makes you stupid." And he went, "No, it doesn't." And I thought it was a typo. I was reading it, and I looked at David Cohen, the director, and I said, "David, no, it doesn't." And he goes, "Please read it as written." So I said, okay, but I'll be back for the $1,000 fix-it fee or whatever it is. And then I saw it on TV, and I was like, it was the best acting I ever did in my life because it was so honest that I didn't know what I was saying, and Fry doesn't know what he's saying. So it was the most authentic, true, pure delivery. I really didn't know what I was saying. I just went along with it. And then I went, oh, Jesus. Yeah, I got it once it was on TV. I got the joke, but I'm slow in the uptake. Yeah. Oh, sure.
Thank you for your question.
Hello.
Hi, there's my friend.
Big fan of Futurama. My question is, will there be any more episodes that are movie-like episodes?
I don't know what they have planned,
We did them.
Well, we did them, but, they might break them down again and augment the episodes. Who knows? I mean, what my secret fantasy is that at Disney there'll be a Futurama ride. Oh boy, would I love that.
Disney, are you listening?
Yeah, no, I think that would be so perfect. The Planet Express and everybody gets in. I don't know if you ever went on the Simpsons ride, but it's quite remarkable. And they were talking about it once, and I kept bringing it up because I wanted to see it happen.
I don't know if we have movie-like episodes, but definitely ones with themes. That'll be a lot of fun and different. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you for your question.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, hi, and I believe we met before, and I'm your biggest fan,
Oh, thank you.
and I'm your biggest fan too, Lauren. And I would like to do voices to you all. If I was going to ask a question, I would say, Brother Jumpin' Jeepers, I always want to ask you all questions. What is your favorite cartoon characters? Please!
You passed the audition.
Get on stage.
You wanted me to been on stage?
I'll be first to call Charles Fleischer and give him the great news.
Oh, bring me Charles Fletcher, and I just wanted to introduce to me myself, and I'm a Roger Rabbit.
That sounds great.
Thank you.
Well, and thank you very much, and thank you very much to
Thank
you.
you. What do you think of that, you guys?
Yeah.
Huh? Or what? Yes, sir. You're not gonna do anything wacky, are you?
I do have a question, one
Okay.
for each. So Lauren, my question to you is there anything you're looking forward to in the new King of the Hill season?
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna ask her that,
Because
so
girl,
thank you.
I'm looking forward to that.
Well, they've announced this, so I can say it already. So, you know, in this day and age, we had to be a little bit more politically correct. So they had to replace Toby Huss, who played Khan, with someone Asian. And so my buddy Ronnie Chang is going to be Khan now. And it's so funny if you guys watch The Daily Show. And I had worked with him before, and so I kind of like put in a good word.
Didn't they use Toby for...
But Toby's going to do Johnny Hardwick's part now, so he's doing Dale. And so it's all in the family, and it worked out perfectly because Toby had so much grace about that, about stepping down, and just, we're all so happy that he's still like part of our family.
I love Toby. He's so brilliant.
That is awesome to hear. My question for you, Billy, between Ren and Stimpy, who was more fun to do the voice of when you got that?
It's always more fun to do, as far as character goes, it's always fun to do a quintessential a-hole. You know what I mean? Like Zapp Brannigan, and so deliciously stupid and arrogant. Kevin from the men, I made it with a woman, yeah. You know, and then, let's see, Ren was a combination of a bunch of types, like, Jackie Gleason, and then there was Burl Ives, and he was south of the border because he was a Chihuahua, and he would speak with a Mexican accent sometimes, but he had a Danish name, and he had a whole thing going on, and Kirk Douglas was in there, so emphatic, but Kirk Douglas was like, you know, I can't eat this slop! You know? And that's what worked it into the Ren character. Will you shut up, you fool! Yes, I shall kill you! And Stimpy was like, happy, joy, joy! He was kind of blithe and innocent, and, you know, childlike. But yeah, the harsher ones, the ones that do a lot of screaming and that's very cathartic. You know what's funny? When you're performing and say we were in a combative scene with somebody, or you're yelling and arguing, your body thinks that you're at war. Your body doesn't know that you're pretending. Your body doesn't know you're play acting. So when you come out of there, you're like, what the hell? You know, after screaming and yelling, I used to come out of Ren and Stimpy like spinning like a top. I'd go out on the street and I'd have to shield my eyes from the sun because I was so, you know, messed up from screaming and yelling. But yeah, that was, but they're fun, those.
Thank you.
Sure.
Hi. Wow. Again, I already saw you before. Big fan. Ren, Stimpy, Futurama, a lot of other roles. I was just discovered you were in Totally Spies, which was very much great. Love that show. That was my childhood. Of course, you, Coding, as I explore, The Replacements, Teen Titans, American Dragon Jake Long. I just discovered Samurai Jack. You have been a staple of my childhood for a long time, and of course I'm very excited for the reboot of King of the Hill. But my question is, a very simple one, is what is the best advice you can give to someone who wants to enter the voice acting scene? And also, what do you do when it comes to vocal strain and throat pain? Because I can imagine, particularly as you just put it up, Stimpy screaming, and do all that, and imagine it's very straining.
Well, do you know the, sorry? I know. Do you know the website called I Want to Be a Voice Actor?
No.
.com, so it's free. And number 4 from Kids Next Door, D. Bradley Baker, he spent so much time and energy putting this website together for people who want to get into the voiceover business. And honestly, anything you could possibly want to know is on that website, and it's completely free. So that's the first thing I would say, to just check that out. And also just, I think, you know, my younger son wants to be an actor too, and I tell him the same thing. You know, go for it with all your heart and have a plan B too. You know, like try to do as many things as you possibly can to be like a triple threat if you want to. So my son is studying at college right now, and he's taking directing classes and playwriting classes, and you know, all the behind the scenes too. So to give yourself more of a chance to work. So that's what I would say. Yeah.
It's a business of 95% unemployment. Your job is looking for work.
Yeah.
If you can get past that, it can be very rewarding, and there's a lot of competition. Way more than when I started, I know that much.
And try not to take anything personally. It's just so subjective, and there's so much luck involved too.
But you might have like the perfect thing for somebody's project, somebody that you haven't even met. The future is totally unwritten, and if somebody told me like 30 years ago that I'd be doing what I was doing, I would have said they had rocks in their head. They would have been, you know, you're crazy. How is that going to happen? You know, and you feel like that when you're sitting with nothing to do and no prospect for any kind of professional future, when you're confused and you're alone and you're like, oh God, I wish something would happen. Everybody knows that feeling, and I'm just here to say that the future's unwritten. You have no idea what's going to happen. It's up to you to write those pages, you know. But you will have things happen to you, especially if you put out a certain kind of energy. I really believe in that, you know.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Have a great time here.
To grab that second half of the question and to make you guys follow up on it, he was asking what you guys do when it comes to like vocal strain. And I would use the word vocal for us. What do you do when it comes to straining your voice? You yell a lot.
Yes, I was built for punishment. I really was. I was built for abuse. So I recover very quickly.
Drink a lot of tea.
She's got some hot tea. I know that's helping.
Yeah, and Billy, you taught me this about video games because they have you do 400 fight sounds.
Oh.
So you taught me that you need to rest your voice for 5 minutes every 10 minutes, is what you told me.
Did I?
Yep. And
I was lying.
I said, maybe you just made it up. But I took that advice to heart.
It worked out.
Yeah, it's so hard.
It is. Those are the hardest gigs, because you got to do a reaction for anything that a player is capable of doing. You have to respond, and they'll have like 400 different things. It's nutty. Oh yeah. Thanks, man.
Thank you for your question. Yes.
Hi there. I'm a fan of Futurama. I've been watching it since I was a kid.
We all thank you.
And I got some questions. It's like a two-parter. Which, out of all the episodes y'all have done, you know, since the 90s of Futurama, what has been the best episode that y'all have ever worked on, and what was the most difficult one that crushed your soul?
Soul-crushing one has got to be Jurassic Park.
Sad question.
That episode still gets me. But what was
we recorded that. I read the script. I knew it was going to be sad. I just didn't know how sad it was going to be until I saw it on TV, and then I was like, where's the cat? I gotta hug the cat.
Yeah.
You know, I just wanted to bond with an animal so badly. Yeah, everybody was affected by that.
We've had so many wonderful experiences. So what was one of your favorites to record?
One of my favorites to watch and record was The Devil's Hands, because it was like an operetta, and it was written by the songs were written by Ken Keeler, who's just a brilliant, brilliant guy.
He is.
And we all got to sing this operetta, and that was the one with Fry playing the holophoner, you know, to the universe. He was trying to declare his love for Leela, and the holophoner did all this magic, and she didn't see it.
I love all the ones with singing in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had such fun, and we're still doing stuff. We're still
more favorites to be had.
Yes.
More favorites to be had.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm a fan of Futurama and King of the Hill, by the way.
Oh, good.
So this question's for Laura. Out of all the King of the Hill episodes, which one was your favorite to work on?
Oh my God. Oh boy, that's hard. There was one where, I forgot the name of it now, but a couple come to mind. When Connie gets her period, that episode is aisle 8A, and Frank has to go take her to buy, Hank has to take her to buy tampons at the grocery store. That's just crazy. That was really fun. And then there was another one where Connie and Bobby are wrestling in a wrestling match, but we're putting it on, and so we're doing all that spinning and the fake wrestling and stuff. I don't remember the name of it, but I loved doing that one too. And just the men. Well, I can't wait for you to see the new ones.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Hi.
My question is, what was y'all's favorite moment in making the show so far? Could you step a little closer? I'm sorry.
Say it more time.
What
Go,
was
get right
y'all's
beside you.
favorite moment in making the show so far?
What was your favorite moment in making the show so far?
Favorite moment? Something that no one would ever know. In the very beginning, John DiMaggio, who plays Bender, he couldn't control his laughter when he thought something was funny. He'd just start laughing and ruin a take. You know, if I was performing and all of a sudden you'd hear, you know, because of something funny somebody said earlier or whatever. So we had to stick him in a corner and take a couch pillow and have to bury him under the couch pillows because he was uncontrollable. Yeah, that was one of my favorite moments, burying him in couch pillows.
And also, just I don't have like a specific one, but Dave Herman, who plays everything, Roberto, and he's a freaking genius.
He's so good.
All of us just break up so much when he's doing this bit. It's just impossible to keep a straight face.
He can say one word as Scruffy the janitor and we're falling all over the place, yeah. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for your
Thank
question.
you.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for my childhood, first off. My question is, what would be your first role of comedy?
What was our first role in comedy?
Well, first rule that you would have in comedy.
Oh, timing is everything, right? Let's see. I don't know if this is helpful at all, but I actually learned this from a teacher once about there's a straight line and a wavy line, and you have to kind of know which one you are, and because each person plays a part in that, and so if you're the straight line, you just keep doing that, and the wavy line can just be all over the place. But I don't know, it's almost like an innate thing. Don't you feel like with the timing?
I think it's to be an actor or a comedian or anybody like that, you have to have instincts. Just a built-in knowledge of how people act, and you just learn it from life. You learn, and mythology, that's a great place to learn from. Greek mythology has everything going on in it, jealousy and envy and passion, it's got every single thing in those fables and those stories, and they help you as an actor. But I don't know, did you say comedy? Was that it?
Yeah,
comedy. I didn't know the first thing about it. I just think that I was, what do you call it, extemporaneously funny when I was younger. And I went into a comedy club, the first thing I said was, ever notice everything?
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Hi. First off, huge fan of Futurama, King of the Hill, but especially Ren and Stimpy. Without getting into the whole drama of it and everything, when you were cast as Ren, you had already been doing Stimpy. This is kind of a two-parter. Did it take a long time to pick up the Ren voice, or did you already have it?
No. What people don't know is that in the very beginning, it was my audition tape that sold the show as both characters. We were over at Nickelodeon in Times Square, and John Kay had a meeting with the women from Nickelodeon. We went upstairs, we were down the hallway, and he didn't have a voice demo. He just kind of was unprepared. He was going to go in there and try to bowl them over with these ideas, and here's what we want to do and all that. But he didn't have a demo, so we went in a closet, and it was right out of a movie scene, you know, where like there was a broomstick, and you put the tape recorder and a microphone, and then I'm sitting there with like paper, you know, in my face, reading, and I did both characters, and he went in with that, and then he came out and said, "Congratulations, what you did just sold the show." And I said, "Good, that's great, excellent," you know, but he decided he was going to do the Ren voice, and I didn't give a fat frog's ass who did what, because I had a job doing a voice in a cartoon. I was thrilled out of my mind. I didn't care, but he got himself fired. He was more dissolute than anybody ever imagined, and you know, that was the end of him. But they asked me, "Weren't you supposed to do it originally?" I said, "Yeah, I guess, you know, I mean, I just remember that one day where I did both of them." So I went back to doing what I did.
So, did they give you the job, or how did that go about?
I think I remember auditioning for it, but they wanted to be sure, you know, because the thing was big. It was really, really big, and they were selling tons of merchandise. And here the show was like on rough seas, and they were showing the same 6 episodes over and over again because John couldn't deliver a show on time. And I was embarrassed. Somebody said, "Yeah, I saw that episode again for the 20th time." And I was like, "Look, I don't know what to tell you. If it was up to me, you'd have them, you know, every week." So yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for your question.
What's your favorite type of seafood?
Favorite seafood? Favorite seafood? Billy's a vegan.
I'm a vegan. Yeah.
But for me, it's sushi for sure. Or anything like sea bass. Which is the one that's overfished? Is it sea bass?
Swordfish and salmon.
Yeah, they're all kind of overfishing. But I love black cod and sea bass.
Don't call me that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Seafood.
I wanted to ask Lauren about her experience with the East-West players and how that has shaped her as an actress, and if she has any Mako or James Hong stories.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry. So you know the East-West players?
Yes.
Or did you?
I've never seen the show, but I know like it's a big deal. Like, you know, James Hong started it like all those years ago, and it's kind of like almost a home-based for Asian American actors.
Yeah, it's the largest, you know, Asian theater in Los Angeles, and it was founded by Mako, who I actually got to work with because he came out to the Public Theater in New York to direct a play called The Music Lessons, and what a wonderful actor. He was the first Asian that was nominated for an Oscar for The Sandpoles. And I actually did a play when I first moved out to Los Angeles with John Cho. And he was 22 years old then. And I thought, this guy's gonna be an Asian James Dean. And I said to my agents at Gersh, I said, you guys have to sign this guy. He's so handsome and such a great actor, and they just didn't get it. And like, of course, you know, cut to, you know, he's starring in all these movies, and so I think they missed the boat on that one. But yeah, I love East-West players, and I still support them just by, you know, with money and then going to all the productions. I haven't been in one in a while, but they have a new artistic director now too since Mako passed, and yeah, it's a great theater, but because of all the funding that's been cut recently, they really took a big hit. So they've been trying to fundraise like crazy recently, and lots of organizations are in that same boat too. So many. It's a really scary time. So that's why I'm also thanking you guys in advance for letting me pass that bucket around to you, because everybody's struggling so much right now, and it just restores my faith in humanity that people just come together to help each other, because that's why we're here, right?
You might get deported for trying to help people. Or detained.
Wish that was. I got my eye, we were safe. I got it. So on that very warm and light note, I would like to say that this panel is coming to a close. So if you guys would like to give them your rounds of applause for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you for coming. See us at our table.
Yeah.
We'll be here till like 6 o'clock.
If you have any more questions for them, if you would like to just say hi, if you would like to hear more about their journey, come to the table. If you didn't get a chance to hit that bucket and you want to now,
I'm going to leave it on my table.
It's deeply impactful.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.